carriage procession underway. 3 carriages with the royal guests going to the parade. And this is a first, because we have the 3 Cambridge children in the carriage procession on this great formal day of the birthday parade. We have George and Charlotte and Louis with their mother, the Duchess of Cambridge, and they're also in the carriage with the Duchess of Cornwall. And it's lovely to see the 3 young children, isn't it, Jamie?
It's wonderful. I remember going to the parade about the age of George, and it's the most exciting thing for a boy of his age to see this. Fantastic.
They seem to be enjoying it, having a good look round, smiles all round, and of course the full knowledge that their father will be riding in the parade as Colonel of the Irish Guards.
He will, and the Duke of Cambridge has huge loyalty and affection towards the mix, as the Irish Guards are affectionately known, and that is reciprocated. The regiment feel incredibly honoured to have the Duke of Cambridge as its colonel and the Duchess of Cambridge giving out our shamrock.
So the procession is underway, and the crowds will be waiting for the Prince of Wales to leave the palace, because he is taking the salute at the parade today on behalf of the Queen. Royal salute sounded by the field officer's trumpeter of the Sovereign's Escort. Prince of Wales, followed by the Duke of Cambridge and the Princess Royal, the 2 other royal colonels. Duke of Cambridge, Colonel of the Irish Guards, the Princess Royal, Colonel of the Blues and Royals, and the Prince of Wales, of course, Colonel of the Welsh Guards since 1975. But such a big day for the Prince today. He's taking centre stage very much as he did at the state opening of Parliament, where he opened Parliament on his mother's behalf, and today he's taking the salute at the birthday parade on Her Majesty's behalf. A real sense here of the challenges ahead for the royal family and how it manages some of these great events, with the Queen, of course, less able to attend some because of her mobility issues. Duke of Cambridge there, Jamie, and you were saying that his bond with the Irish Guards is one that is unshakable.
It is. I mean, it goes all the way back to his time at Sandhurst, where his colour sergeant, who took him through Sandhurst, Colour Sergeant Jimmy Park, was a sort of formative influence on him. And from that moment onward, he wanted a connection with the Irish Guards. We almost won him from the Blues and Royals, but not quite.
That would have been a coup.
It would indeed.
Prince of Wales, of course, who's been attending this parade for decades. He's now 73. And taking the salute just as Princess Elizabeth did on her father's behalf back in 1951. Prince George, who's 8, nearly 9. And then Prince Louis in the middle, who's 4, and Princess Charlotte, who's 7. but they are perfecting the act of waving and smiling at the same time, and really enjoying the sight of the crowds and the sense of occasion too. Talking about a sense of occasion, the great drum horses, the mounted bands. Lots of people, they are the stars of the show. People who like the military music. The Earl of Wessex and his family, the Countess of Wessex and their children, Lady Louise and Viscount Severn. Lady Louise, who is a bit of an expert carriage driver in her own right. And then in the third carriage behind them we have the Gloucesters, Duke and Duchess of Gloucester and Admiral Tim Lawrence. The Lifeguards in their splendid red tunics and the white plumes, providing the 1st and 2nd divisions of the Royal Escort today. And then at the rear, the 3rd and 4th divisions provided by the Blues and Royals. First carriages now on the approach to the parade ground. Been very, very lucky with the weather today. It's warm, but hopefully not too hot for all the guards on parade. The royal party will be turning onto the parade ground, and their arrival will be signalled by the national anthem. Formation of the guards has changed. Number 3 guard has opened up to allow the procession onto the parade ground. Saluting the colour as they pass. Now the members of the royal party will be watching the parade from the office once used by the Duke of Wellington. Children will be there for the first time, the office we saw right at the start of the programme. And this moment, these images, will stay in the memory for a long time, won't they, Jamie? Because this is the first time we've seen the 3 young children in an event like this.
It is, and I love the way that they dip their heads.
Spiritual importance for the household division, but for the family too.
It is. I mean, one forgets that particularly as a guardsman on parade, you know, you're honouring the royal family, and it is that great moment. There's one occasion every year where overtly around the world you can demonstrate that link between the royal family and the armed forces rather than just the guards.
So they'll be making their way to that room, the Major General's office. And here we have the Brigade Major, Lieutenant Colonel James Shaw, and 4 troopers of the Life Guards leading the procession for the Prince of Wales. The Brigade Major overseeing all the military elements of this Platinum Jubilee. It's his first birthday parade. He took over from Brigadier Guy Stone of the Welsh Guards recently.
To be the Queen's Platinum Jubilee is just one of the biggest honours of my life, without doubt.
Very proud day for Lieutenant Colonel James Shaw. Lots of people may be wondering what is the role of the Brigade Major. Jamie, how would you explain it?
The Brigade Major is really the impresario of high ceremonial, if I can put it that way. He's one of the unsung heroes of this event, with the Garrison Sergeant Major putting the whole parade together. And he's a high flyer, not the sort of person, when I was in the mix, you wanted to come up in front of too often.
Princess Royal, as usual, enjoying the ride to the parade ground. Past the youth enclosure with lots of youth organisations. And there we have the mounted bands under the direction of Major Paul Collis-Smith, who's riding Passchendaele. First clear sight of the magnificent pair of Shire horses, Ed and Harry, carrying those very heavy drums, a powerful beat for all the musicians. The Royal Escort, consisting of 7 officers, 111 warrant officers, non-commissioned officers and troopers. And this tradition of inviting the Household Cavalry to escort the sovereign, usually, in this case it's the Prince of Wales, to the parade, that was introduced by King George VI in 1937. First Division Commander, Lieutenant Felix Pettit, his first birthday parade. So the Prince of Wales and the 2 other Royal Colonels, and then behind them in the procession we have the regimental non-Royal Colonels. We have Lieutenant Colonel of the Grenadier Guards, Rolly Walker, representing the Grenadier Guards today, following the departure of the Duke of York. For the Coldstream Guards, Lieutenant General Sir James Bucknell.
Each of those detachments will be obviously honouring Her Majesty, but they'll be doing their best in front of the eagle eyes of their own colonels.
And I should have mentioned, of course, that the Duke of Kent, who we'll see later on the balcony of the palace with Her Majesty, is Colonel of the Scots Guards.
Absolutely, he is.
So the Royal Escort making its way down from the Mall along the approach road, past the very colourful flags of the Commonwealth nations, all of them there in order of joining. And here we have the great panorama with the Guards Memorial right there in the centre of the frame, all the green glory of St James's Park, and the Guards lined up perfectly as the Household Cavalry rides onto the side road just by the parade ground, where they will stay until their dramatic entry onto the parade ground a little later on. The Chelsea pensioners, always a familiar and faithful presence here at the Queen's Birthday Parade, and they're enjoying the sunshine as well, and they're in very good seats, which is exactly how it should be. So at the stroke of 11 o'clock, after the Prince has saluted the colour and the Royal Colonels too, they pass the parade ground. The formal start of the parade will take place. So the colour has been saluted by the Prince of Wales as he prepares to take his place. This birthday parade of 2022 in the Platinum Jubilee year is about to get underway.
Shoulder! Arms!
Now the Prince's first task on behalf of Her Majesty is to inspect the line of guards, and it's a great opportunity to enjoy some of the music of the massed bands. The Mists of Shannon, arranged by Captain Neil Skipper, Irish Guards Director of Music. Man in charge of the bands, Lieutenant Colonel Simon Hoare of the Coldstream Guards.